Nothing beats a classic, beautiful, subtle nude makeup look, and that is what we're going to do in this video together. Hey doll, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Angie Magazi. If it's your first time seeing me, I'd really love for you to be a part of this community by subscribing. I'd also like to hear from you in the comment section. Maybe you have any questions or you just want to show me some love. Please also remember to like and to share this video. Today we are going to do a classic subtle nude makeup look, and the first step was me going in with this Essence Jelly Grip Hydrating Primer. Prior to this, I did prep my skin with my moisturizer. I used the Every Sun Anti-Aging Face Cream. It is an SPF 50 and you can find it at any Discam or Clicks for around 150. Please also catch me on my social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Angie Magazi. That is basically my name and surname. It's ANGIEMAGAZI. It's the same handle across all platforms. I am going to be using two foundations in this video. The first one is the Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Matte Foundation in the color Caramel 60. I used a dense brush which I got from Shein. I don't remember exactly the price, but makeup brushes at Shein are quite affordable. Not the best in quality, but I would recommend them for a beginner. I did spread out my foundation as evenly as I possibly can with my dense brush. And what you want to do is to kind of avoid going in with your foundation under your eyes and on your eyelids, because the skin there is much thinner and delicate, and you basically don't want to fiddle with that part of your face. And because you're still going to go in with your concealer, you don't want to pack it up with too much product to avoid any creasing. And then my second layer of foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless 12-Hour Foundation. It is for normal to oily skin in the color 332. I absolutely love this foundation, and I was pleasantly surprised when I first bought it. I actually bought it because I was trying to basically bid for a campaign that Maybelline had, but I was actually very happy that I bought it because I think it is a really good foundation, especially for its price. I think it retails at around 120 if I'm not mistaken. I would highly recommend it for beginners, and you can find it at any Discam or Clicks outlet. It is quite yellow in color, but I couldn't really find a more suitable shade because everything else was kind of a little bit too light for my liking. I'm someone who does tend to lean more towards darker or more oxidated type of foundations. I just think it works out easier that way because I can just kind of bring it back with concealer. So that is basically what I do prefer. So don't be surprised if it's looking a little bit too yellow. I will kind of bring that in with my concealer. And then just to kind of blend it out nicely, I did use my blending sponge, which I also got from Shein. I actually like this blending sponge. I love the texture. I love how soft it is. It's very responsive, and I didn't even dampen it out, but I feel like it works out really well even when it is dry. And then I did go in with my concealer by Maybelline. It is also the 30-Hour Superstay in the color 15 under my eyes, on my cheeks, on my forehead, on my chin, as well as the bridge of my nose. And then I also just allowed it to set a little bit by drying it out with my mini fan. This process is very important because when you don't do that, the concealer is basically quite liquidy and runny, and what will happen is it will just transfer onto your sponge, and you don't want that. So just for it to cover as much as possible, you basically just want it to set a little bit, and then you can go right ahead and blend it out.
Running back to the strip club, I'm never going back, never going back. No, you can't make me. Never going back, never going back. They never take me. I've been enough of petty dudes. I've had enough of shitty news. I had a thing for dirty shoes since I was 10. Love dirty men are like, ooh, better today than yesterday. Ooh, I just take it day by day.
And then I go in with a second layer of concealer in the inner corners of my under eyes. This is to further brighten my under eyes. And what some ladies would do is to use a lighter shade of concealer just to further brighten their eyes. But I don't really need a lighter shade of concealer. I find that using the same shade works for me. And then you just repeat the process of allowing the concealer to set and then going right ahead and blending it. And now on to setting my base. My base is basically the cream products that I used, which are my two foundations as well as the concealer. I use the Yardley Banana Loose Powder. I also use the same powder for baking. Basically, setting is you locking all the cream products in place so that it doesn't move, and obviously to mattify it as well so that it doesn't transfer, especially in hot conditions or in summer. And then baking is you basically brightening areas like your under eyes as well as just the bottom part of your cheeks. Baking goes hand in hand with contouring, and I'm later going to do that, but for now I'm basically just setting my base. You can also use pressed powder. In fact, that is the most common way of setting your base or your cream products. It is by using pressed powder, but I don't really use pressed powder. I use loose powder. And then once I'm done with all of that, I go in with my powder blush. I did use the Essence Blush Crush in the color 30 Cool Berry. I didn't use liquid blush in this particular makeup look because, as you would remember, it is a subtle nude type of makeup look, and I didn't want any emphasized or conspicuous colors, especially on the blush area. And then the next step is to go in with my absolute favorite product at the moment, which is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. This is basically just to bring in some warmth to my face, and I use it for contouring. There is a difference between bronzing and contouring, but I basically use bronzing for contouring. I think doing both is just unnecessary, especially for someone with a face like mine. My face is quite small, so if I bring in too much shadowing to my face or too much contouring, it will probably just make it smaller. So I rather just prefer using a bronzer. And also this particular bronzer is just so beautiful. The shade is perfect, it smells amazing, and it has a very luxurious type of texture. I am so in love with it. I basically applied the product around my chin, around my cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, the top of my forehead, the sides of my nose, and then I also use the technique that Uche uses, which is to apply it at the outer corners of my eyelids. This is to basically help lift my eyes and give it that pinched eye type of look. And now we are on to baking. As I had mentioned before, that I use the same powder, which is the Yardley Banana Loose powder, both for setting and baking. And basically with baking, we are using way more products than we did when we are setting. And then I just went in under my eyes and just below my cheeks, on my chin, on the bridge of my nose, as well as my forehead. And then I'm just going to give this a bit of time while I'm going to be doing my eyebrows and the rest of my face before I brush everything off. And then for the brows, I did go in with this Essence Eyebrow Designer Brow Pencil in the color Dark Chocolate Brown. I'm not sure why they called it dark chocolate brown, because it's not as dark as dark chocolate. This brown is more on the ashy side. They probably should have called it a chestnut brown or something, but I'm not complaining because it is the perfect shade of brown for my skin tone. And then I did go in and fill that in. I also lined the bottom as well as the top of my brow, obviously, to achieve the best shape. A pro tip that I would give you in trying to achieve as identical of a shape between your two brows as possible is to basically just follow the natural shape of your brows. I'm someone who used to kind of overthink the whole process of shaping my brows and also trying to achieve uniformity between my two brows, and I would always just get it wrong. So basically, don't overthink it, just follow the natural shape of your brows, because the truth is, if you are happy with the way your brows are when you don't have any makeup on, then you are probably going to be happy with having shaped them when you are doing your makeup, you know what I mean? So this is just something that I thought I should put out there. And while we are at it, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to share this video. And then for cleaning and shaping, I used the same concealer that I used on my under eye. And then you're basically going to apply it somewhere in the middle of the bottom of your brow, and then gently drag that towards the outer part of your eyelid under the brow. And then the leftover residual concealer on your brush, you are going to draw a straight line at the front of the bottom of your brow, and then gently drag that leftover concealer downward, and then towards the outer part of your eyelid, you're just going to blend that concealer in as best as possible.
I just wanna take you there. You don't gotta know where. Does he touch you here like this? Let me take the friction from your lips, and I'ma love you, girl, the way you need. No one will stop us. Ain't no one gon' stop us. And I'ma give you, girl, what you feel. I'm a drug in your veins. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. I'm what you need. I'm what you need. I got everything you want with me. I do everything he does times 3, and he don't gotta know.
And for the top part of my brow, I went in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation just to clean it out and shape it out nicely. Others use a concealer that is probably a shade lighter than their foundation, and others don't prefer using anything at all. It's completely up to you and the type of brow you are trying to achieve. I do prefer a more clean looking defined brow, so that is what I use to achieve that.
You on the floor, doing things you never thought you'd do. Baby, leave the high heel shoes. Cause everywhere you're looking at me, I'm looking up at you, and I don't give a damn. Shawty, watch me knock your boots off, and I'ma love you, girl, who you need. Ain't no one gon' stop us. Ain't no one gon' stop us. And I'ma give you, girl, what you feel. I'm the rock in your veins, and just fight through the pain. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. I'm what you need. I'm what you need. What you need. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. He's what you want. I'm what you need. I'm what you need. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, and for my eyeshadow, I went in with this Maybelline Superstay concealer of mine that I've been using throughout this entire video. This is just to make it a type of base or primer for my eyeshadow, especially because this palette of eyeshadow is not good at all. It's not pigmented, so I really had to improvise and make it work and do what our girls gotta do to make the colors pop.
I want my baby to have your eyes. I'm going against my own advice. Should I do New York? I can't decide. Fashion week was more your thing than mine. I can't even lie, I'd rather stay inside. I can't do suit and tie. Can't be in one room with you and stand on different sides. One thing at a time, I have to learn to hide. One thing at a time, emotions running high. I wish you felt alright, just hitting my line all the time, all the time. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. You stay on my mind all the time, all the time. Ooh, it takes some finesse. I see you finesse. He can't lose finesse. Yeah, you stay on my mind. You and your sister, too hard to handle. Things will get canceled. I will make time for you. Commitment, going the distance. I'm new to all of this. Yeah. It takes some finesse. I see you finesse. He can't do finesse. Yeah. stay on my mind, stay on my mind. You stay on my mind, stay on my mind.
I ain't got a clue, bruh.
So what can I say to you? When I'm off day, had to fall back. You got everybody thinking I'm all bad. You know the truth. I was always holding you down. You down. Baby. Ain't what it seems for this girl. What is love? What's that? Love, what is love? Would you believe it if I told you all about it? But our pressure just keep adding up. Then we just get mad at fun. We was living fast at first. Just don't get me high enough. All these people always lying about something. I'm sorry, I'm so fly, so what? Fuck, I'm gonna be sorry for that.
I was counting zeros. I'm a hometown hero. Niggas, green like CeeLo. These niggas do anything for some C-notes. At what cost?
Hit Mercedes, bought some free cars.
I know, this nigga's worse off. Maybe my sense of reality is turned off. Who the fuck knows? I just make songs. Or am I the sound is how this shit goes? That's sarcasm, by the way.
You wanna be my hero. You won't even do the help. Oh, this shit don't add up. Oh, you don't even know the math. You said it's gonna be the last. Sometimes I wanna.
The powder that I used here is the Yardley Banana Loose powder that I basically baked with and set my base with. I actually love how versatile it is. I didn't expect that it would work as well as it does. And basically I'm just using it to blur out and blend out my eyeshadow work to basically make it look seamless, and so that it has that filter effect and there are no harsh lines between the colors that are used on my eyeshadow. And then for my mascara, I went in with my Maybelline, the Colossal 100% Black Mascara. This is basically just to prepare my lashes for my strip false lashes, and also just to get rid of any residual powders from the eyeshadow. And then for lashes, I went in with these strip cat eye lashes from Shein. I cut about 2 clusters from the corner because they were too long. And then I used the Kiss strip lash adhesive. I did buy it at Clicks for 130. You know, at some point, I hated using strip lashes. And it's because I decided to be cheap and buy these dupes of like Duo for like 10 Rand, 20 Rand. And I just started hating using strip lashes because these glues are so bad. You will apply, it will stick, and then like an hour later, the corner is coming off. Your eye would water just a little bit and already the glue is coming off. Like, it was such a terrible experience. And I don't know why I didn't immediately think it's because of the glue. And then suddenly I was like, you know what? I think I need to go back to buying proper lash glue from proper outlets like Clicks or Discount Pharmacy, you know what I mean? So please just make sure that you buy or use proper lash glue, because sometimes maybe that's why you have, a not so pleasant experience with strip lashes. At some point I was like, you know what, maybe I need to just do individual lashes professionally, obviously. And I was like, no man, let me just go back to using proper lash glue. And I'm so happy I made that decision, because this particular lash glue is so amazing. It's so strong. There is a stronger version of it. I think it's about 180. But let me tell you, this one, the 131, it's perfect. It works so perfectly for me. It's so strong. And as you can see, I did take some time to place my lashes, because I did not want to be stuck with a lash placement that I won't be happy with, because once this glue dries down, it's game over. Your lashes will not move. And then onto our lip combo, I did go in with this Essence Eyebrow Designer Brow Pencil. I did try the Essence lip liner and I don't like it at all. It is good, but it's just too flimsy for my liking. It just breaks so randomly and it finishes very quickly. I mean, it's not expensive. It is quite cheap, but nobody wants to buy a lip liner every few weeks, and I feel like that was my experience. I want to be able to buy something that will last me at least a month tops. So for now, because I am kind of like an Essence girl, I've decided to just kind of use this brow pencil as a lip liner as well, and so far I'm quite happy. And then next I went in with a second lip liner, which is this Wet n Wild Berry Red lip liner. I wanted a nude but like a corally type of base, so that's why I decided to go in with this red and then top it up with this Maybelline Superstay concealer, just to be able to achieve that perfect shade of base for my lips before going in with my lip gloss. And then for gloss, I went in with this Essence Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss in the color Purple Rain. I absolutely love this gloss. A little goes a long way. It's lasted me for way longer than I expected, and it definitely does volumize or plump up your lips. So I would highly recommend it. It's definitely one of my favorite items in my makeup bag.
So what can I say to you? But I'm off there, had to fall back. You got everybody thinking I'm all bad. You know the truth. I was always holding you down. You down. Baby, ain't what it seems for this girl. What is love? What's that? Love, what is love? You believe it if I told you all about it. But our pressure just keep adding up. Then we just get mad and fuck. We was living fast and fun. Just don't get me high enough. All these people always lying about something. I'm sorry, I'm so fly, so what? Fuck, I'm gonna be sorry for.
I was counting zeros. I'm a hometown hero. Niggas, free like CeeLo. These niggas do anything for some C-notes. At what cost?
Hit Mercedes, bought some free cars.
I know, this nigga's worse off. Maybe my sense of reality is turned off. Who the fuck knows? I just make songs. Or am I the soundless how this shit goes? That's sarcasm, by the way.
You wanna be my hero. You won't even do the help. Oh, this shit don't add up. You don't even know the math. You said it's gonna be the last. Sometimes I wanna.
If you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Also, like, comment, and share this video. I will see you in the next one.